One-Star Reviews. I'm your host. My name's Adam, and we're just going to jump into what's this show about? One-Star Reviews. Well, you know what they say, you can't please all the people all the time. Yeah, and a lot of those people drop some serious one-star reviews when they're not happy. Starting off, we're going to go right into some one-star reviews of the Beverly Hills Four Seasons, a place dripping with luxury, or so the thought is. Not up to snuff. Recently stayed over Mother's Day weekend, not impressed at all. Here are some pros. Can't fault the room, it was very luxurious. But that's where it ends. So luxury, sheer drop off right after dripping in luxury and extravagance. Had a nice note in the room from a manager with fruit. Liked the bedding and toiletries. The library room is beautiful in the lobby. Ooh. Now we get into the cons, because like I said, this is a one-star review. Upon pulling up to the valet to check in, no one in sight, except the trashiest looking hotel guests who I found out later were attending a party in the hotel restaurant. The nerve of them. Had our dog with us and went for an evening stroll around the block. Terrible neighborhood. The large apartment building behind the hotel, what our room actually looked out on, is condemned and looks horrific. Really bad. The whole area is surrounded by low-income apartment buildings. Not pretty. How dare they? Service was non-existent. I highly doubt that. The hotel gardens are looking tired. Don't think I've ever described a garden as looking tired, and I don't think it's also never upset me. When checking out, tried in vain to use the iPad in the room, finally gave up and went to the long line downstairs. Then I realized when getting my car from the valet, I was out of cash for tipping. I explained I was sorry and got attitude from the car attendant. These people need to learn. Save your time and money. Stay at the Beverly Hills Hotel or other upscale LA properties where they know 5-star service. I contacted the general manager over 2 weeks ago to give him my critique of his property and am still waiting a reply. Moving on. Missed the mark. No AC and gym. Are you kidding? The hotel itself is beautiful. Location is good and facilities are nice. I probably spend about 1 month per year in various Four Seasons around the world. Even got married at one in Florence. And I am impressed by their consistency to maintain high standards across different locations and continents. Well, this is starting off great. I don't see what could go wrong. The Four Seasons Beverly Hills did not meet those same standards for 2 reasons. The gym did not have air conditioning, which is completely unacceptable. It is basically outside with some glass around it by the pool. If I wanted to run outside, I'd go running on my own. But it is a major disappointment and health hazard to be doing extreme cardio on a treadmill with no air. How they find this to be acceptable to have gym 80 degrees at a 5-star hotel is beyond me. In addition to that, they do not provide water bottles in the gym. Just tiny little cups with water from a jug that you can't keep by your equipment and drink while working out. Now again, in other hotels, this may be fine. But after staying in over 20, count them 20, Four Seasons hotels and always being provided with water bottles in the gym, this is not consistent with your brand. And for me, a telltale tacky sign of trying to save a little money, hoping nobody notices. But we did! Oh, here we go. Cue the music. I have a health condition that I never bring up in conversation that causes me to become faint when my body temperature elevates. Thanks to the no AC in the gym and not being able to have enough water while I was on the treadmill, I had to stop working out. I went back to my room not feeling well for the next couple of hours. Listen, there are other ways to save money. Cut back expenses. Next time, look for things we don't notice. AC and water in the Four Seasons should not be optional. For these reasons, I will not be staying there during my next LA trip. Wow. It's a good time at this point in the video to say subscribe and share if you cried. Bad experience. We booked the room over a year ago. We were never informed of any special events taking place at our hotel prior to our arrival, and any changes or restrictions due to these events during the Golden Globes weekend. See, is it just me, or would you be excited showing up to a hotel and finding out that could be celebrities chilling? I would, but I'm from a small town. Security personnel were overbearing, with no clear guidelines as how to treat registered guests during these events, or even have a means of identifying legitimate patrons of the hotel or other facilities. Our complaints about the way we were treated by them resulted in our being banned for life and threatened with arrest should we ever return. I'm just going to go ahead and say it that these people went above and beyond just filing a complaint. We did nothing outrageous. I mean, we shit in the sock drawer, but, I don't consider that. Did not destroy hotel property or violate anyone else's rights or personal space, but since the manager felt we weren't good enough to be treated as paying guests at this facility, he threatened a couple of disabled senior citizens because we expressed our displeasure. Room tip. Don't stay here if you expect to be treated as a guest of a first-class hotel, especially during ... I'm assuming the Golden Globes. The Taj Mahal. Very interested to see what kind of scathing reviews could, this once-in-a-lifetime world wonder, bring. And we're going to find out with, here's the first one. Not worth a penny. The Taj Mahal. Beautiful monument with hell loads of annoying guides, street sellers, and unwanted disturbances. On your way to the Taj itself, the locals become a nuisance and steal the peace of mind. Oh, my peace of mind, I've been robbed. Pickpocketed of my peace of mind, I have. The monument is crowded throughout the year, almost like people want to go see it. Maybe half the population of Agra visit it every day as guides and photographers. Nothing much to do but just see the monument and make cliche touristic pictures. Not wrong. It takes a lot of walking to explore the monument. Why did they have to make it so big? Why is it so big? The hygiene standards are very bad, and it's best to not eat or drink anything around from outside shops and restaurants, as the surrounding places stinks of urine. Almost like there's abject poverty or something. Be aware of monkeys, as they are normally angry, as they are teased by a lot of tourists and might cause you harm. Sitting by the riverside of the Taj will give you some relaxation. Also, you can spot some parrots. Visit the tourism office at the gate for all information and tickets. Plan your visit wisely, and you might be able to get a nice picture for yourself. However, the experience will be much better and wonderful without the local street sellers and guides eating your brains. Hashtag Taj Mahal. Next one. Female security guard gropes people. Beware, the female security guard who frisks people before entering the Taj. I love how they're all calling it the Taj. It's like saying Bob De Niro. The first thing she did was grab my boobs. It's not funny. Which I had not been expecting, and which I've never experienced any security guard do in my life. Totally disgusting, and ruined my experience. What a joke. Awful experience. Never again. Far from what we expected, we booked a sunrise visit and we couldn't see 6 inches in front of us with the fog. No guarantees of weather here. Glad you cleared that up. We waited and waited for the fog to lift, but to no avail. Our guide advised us to go as it would be too busy leaving it till the afternoon. He wasn't kidding. It was awful. Queues everywhere. Even though there is a Westerner's queue because we pay more, it was still like a cattle market. Diana's bench, couldn't get near it. To top the lot, we ended up paying a guy there with his camera for some Photoshop photos he was selling. £30 for a small album. The Taj itself was only allowing people to view in one section, scaffolding around one side. Cars were not allowed anywhere near the Taj, and we had to get out well before we got there to take an electric vehicle because of the pollution may damage the marble. The so-called, and I love the use of quotes here, special marble. Can we just agree, if it's marble at the Taj Mahal, if there is special marble in the world, it's probably there. The so-called special marble was being washed in the dirtiest rags you have ever seen in the dirtiest water. I questioned the guide about this. Cliffhanger. Also, no photos were allowed inside unless you tipped the guard there. Lots of money being thrown at his feet. What a huge disappointment. Farce. Wish we hadn't bothered. Oh man, I feel for that. I really don't, though. Last one. We'll do one last 1-star review of the Taj Mahal. The Taj Mahal was splendid, but The whole organization leading to the entrance is a complete shambles. We woke up at 6 a.m. to try and see the Taj at sunrise. There was a 30-minute queue just to buy the ticket. Then another queue to get the plastic covers for our shoes, and yet another queue to check our bags, which meant we missed the sunrise. India is a diverse country, I get that, where abject poverty and luxe lifestyles are juxtaposed, often within 100 meters of each other. However, why are the toilets in India so disgusting? It just takes some strong bleach and sanitary air freshener. I don't disagree, but I think you're oversimplifying. It's like saying, why are there so many starving kids in Africa? They should just eat food. I hope someone from the Indian Tourist Board actually reads this and does something about it. I sincerely hope that too. Thanks very much for checking this out. I hope to do more of these in the future. And if you have anything you'd like to hear reviews on, pick a place where you don't think that there could be a negative review, and it'll be there, and I'll read it, and I'll make it comedic. So until next time,